Red Studios presents Sizing It Up with Rick and Diego.
Welcome everybody to another edition of Sizing It Up. I first of all want to thank the 42 viewers.
That's a lot.
More than what we expected. That took time out of their busy day to go out there and listen to our first podcast, which we consider a success.
Yeah, I thought we did pretty well, and as you can see, y'all thought so too. That's really awesome, guys. Thanks so much.
It means a lot to us. We thank for the positive comments that were put.
All three of them.
The subscriptions. I mean, we had 8 subscribers.
Yeah, that's more than I got in my first video, to tell you that.
I don't even know how to subscribe. But no, for real, we thank y'all for taking the time to go out there and listen to our first podcast. We only hope that we're going to get better.
Of course.
Our topics will continue to get better.
Right.
Maybe funnier.
Hopefully.
And so welcome into Red Studios.
That's what we're calling ourselves. Doesn't it sound so professional? It's
And
capital R, capital E, capital D Studios.
Studios. STUDIOS. So if anybody, so that's our thing going here. So again, welcome to another edition. We are excited because tomorrow we get to take Diego to his college visit to University of North Texas.
Oh man, it's gonna be so scary. It's so weird how fast it's been coming up. You know, high school. First, it just felt like yesterday that I was in middle school, and now I'm getting ready to go see. Yeah.
It felt like yesterday we were changing your pamper. So, yeah.
I mean, it's a crazy world. It's fast.
Because they grow up fast, cherish them.
Yeah.
Because once they go, they go.
Yeah.
But they always come back. So
Eventually.
We're excited. We're going to make a little birthday trip out of it for both Eric and Diego.
Yeah. Eric's not with us today.
Today? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, wish us luck for that. Send us your prayers that the visit goes well and it's everything that we expect.
Yeah.
And we're going to go see a live action Marvel.
Yeah, the Marvel Universe live show.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
We're excited about that. It was hard to get tickets yet. I bought them well in advance.
Yeah. We bought them like, 3 months ago?
Yeah.
Before summer.
And then maybe if time permits, we will go into a park. I.e. flags that have been sixed.
Or 6 of flags.
6 flags. So yeah, we're looking excited to it. So we wanted to go ahead and make sure we do our podcast, because one thing we want to do is get our podcast out on time, on the same time, same day, so that you have an opportunity to listen.
Maybe not same time, because last time I posted it, well, it was on Friday, but it was at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well,
Yeah.
Around as long as you can listen to it and enjoy your weekend, so it can bring a smile to you.
I think I want to schedule it to every Friday. It's going to come up. So expecting every Friday, a new episode should be up, unless we have an emergency, and we'll tell you if that happens.
That is our goal, Fridays, if not no later than Saturday or Sunday, because we still do have our day jobs.
Right.
We haven't made enough off our podcast yet to retire from our day jobs.
Unfortunately.
So, but no later than a Saturday will our podcast be posted. I do want to go off schedule here, off agenda. We do have agenda.
Whoa.
I guess, Diego, do you want to go ahead and introduce our agenda? And before we talk about our agenda, I want to go ahead and go off topic for 1 minute.
Oh dear. Okay, so our topics for today is my father's going to be teaching me how to play fantasy football. Then we're going to debate which superhero is better. And then we're going to be talking about the Disney-Fox merger. And yeah, those are our topics that you said you wanted to rambling with.
Yeah, I wanted to get off my chest here. So in our little Red Studios, it's a nice little studio room here we got going. We got a view of the city outside, you know. Not too bad of an echo in here. We got a little printer, little computer, and our microphone. But I like to have my pad of paper and little piece of paper and my pen.
Right.
And I leave it in my spot so for next time. I'm old. I like to write things down. But I come in and my pen is gone. Now I haven't been in the studios in about a week since the last podcast.
Yeah.
So the only person that I know that comes into the studio is a producer, which is Diego. So
Are you?
I vote and think that he took my pen.
Okay. So here's a funny story. Today I came in to set up for the podcast, and I come in and I'm gonna write the topics down, and the pen's gone. I'm looking all over for the pen, and I have no idea where it is. And I really need to write these topics down. So I have to go run around the house to find some random pen that I found in my room to write the topics down. So saying that I took them would make no sense, because then
Well-
I would be using it.
All I know is I left the pen here with Diego.
I'm
Come
pretty
in
sure
and I find a green pencil. I mean, really? What do I need a green pencil for? I can't even use a green pencil. I'm not coloring, Diego. I need a pen. I'm old. I like to take notes. That way, when I take a good note and say something good, I like to write it down so it'll be this day in history.
What if it was a green pen?
Wasn't a green pen.
It wasn't, but what if it
There was probably a pen that we don't steal. We relocate these pins to other parts of the house or other areas. So they're not stolen. They are merely relocated.
was? Sure.
So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into our first topic of the day.
Which is?
Um,
Yeah, so I'm not a sports guy like I mentioned in the last podcast, but when we were talking about new topics, football came up because we always want to have a sport topic because it interests most people. And we were talking, and I was like, what is fantasy football?
well, first I told Diego, when we decide topics, we think about what are we going to talk about. And we want to keep people interested. So what's coming up? What's tonight? Football, baby.
Coming up.
I mean, our weekends, women, mom, wives, don't even bother us no more. Thursday night, Saturday, college, Sunday, NFL, whatever you like to watch. I personally like to watch. I am a fan of Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I am a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs. So, yeah, we played tonight against the Houston Texans. So, keep the fans interested. Let's tell them what they want. So, we were going to talk about the top 25 players that should be taken in a fantasy draft. But Diego started saying, well, I don't really understand what this is, what is an RB, what is a WR, you know?
At least I don't even know what
So-
you're talking about right
In the midst of our 2-mile run yesterday, we talked about what it is.
Yeah.
And so he decided that he probably will try to join our fantasy football league, which we have a family fantasy football league we have had since 2006.
It's a long time.
It is a long time. It's very prestigious to
It's
be
prestigious.
to be in our family one. Now, our family is unique. Our
You
family
can say
league.
that.
Well, yeah, our family is unique too. But our family league is unique. It is only open to what we call family by blood, meaning you were born into this family, not married into the family. Because if you are married into family, you get divorced and you won the league that year, then bye-bye trophy. We have a trophy that we try to pass down, or what we do is pass it from family member to family member with your name engraved, and you get bragging rights basically.
Yeah.
So I was the commissioner probably for the first 10 years.
Yeah.
I decided to retire, and now Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
You have heard that name before.
Yeah.
Uncle Mike, a lot of hats that man has. So proud of that guy. But he is the commissioner, so yeah, we're trying to petition to bring Diego in.
Right.
But part of bringing Diego in is we need to open another space. So we were even thinking about should we allow other people and our spouses to play?
I don't know. It's an interesting topic because you're kind of leaving out how many people, like 20 plus people who aren't allowed to play.
Yeah.
And I don't know about the wives, how they want to play fantasy football or such. It's but I mean, I don't know.
There's some good ones out
Some
there.
good ones.
There's some good spouses that know what they're doing. Just because they're girls, and why are we thinking of spouses automatically think of girls? It could be husbands. There's husbands out there
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
that want to play. So yeah, you can shoot us a comment on our podcast at the bottom. Tell us what you think. Should it be open? Is it time that we open our doors after 12, 13 years?
Or should we keep it locked
It's strictly family. My thing is, I would hate to lose something that we have developed and kept in our family for so long now.
Right.
We do have issues that the current trophy has become not missing, just wasn't passed on. But hopefully that issue gets resolved. It is just a trophy, like I said. It is a what do you call that? Family heirloom, I guess, that we've had. Not really heirloom, but just something that's been passed on from person to person, not by just a family thing, and we would like it to keep going from one person to the other. So yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna try to help Diego create a good fantasy football team. Granted, I mean, I think I have the best fantasy football team ever.
But from what I've heard, you've never won.
I have never won the trophy that I bought and paid for out of my pocket. The last time I seen that trophy was when I mailed it to the first winner. I believe the first winner was my brother Dan. I think it was back in 2006. Yeah, I think he was the first season winner. My dad's in it.
Right.
And he's notorious for getting last place. However, this last year, he made a big jump to playoffs. Yeah. So proud of my dad. He actually paid attention to his team. Old man didn't fall asleep. He knew my dad. He's always sleeping. Yeah. So
what is fantasy football? Explain it.
Fantasy football is basically you create your team of players in the NFL that you think are the best.
Right.
And you draft these players to go up against other teams with their players.
Right.
Each team gets a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a slot position, which can consist of a wide receiver, running back, tight end, and a defense, and a kicker. I already said that. I don't know if I said a kicker. Plus your bench. So basically what you want to do is try to draft the best players out there. And depending on your league, that's how that position player scores points. For instance, a quarterback. A quarterback sometimes can get you double points because if he throws a pass to a receiver and that receiver scores a touchdown, that quarterback and that receiver, if you got both on team, score points. Plus, they get the yardage. So it's all depends.
Do you only get points for touchdowns, or is there like different ways you can get points, or is there a way you can get points reduced?
Yes. So you can get points by scoring a touchdown, or by the yards gained.
Like
Mostly running backs.
When you run.
Run. Yeah. Maybe I could see Diego using his fingers across. So a running back, basically you hand the ball off. Now you can do dump passes to them, shovel passes. But normally a running back, you hand the ball off, toss him, pitch, and he gets a run, a point for every 10 yards. Depending on the league you're in, that's pretty standard, 1 point for every 10 yards. If he breaks it, then he gets 6 points for a touchdown. Or there's some leagues that'll do bonuses. If he breaks a 40-yard run, then you might get an extra 2 points because he broke one. Wide receivers get 15 to 20 yards they catch, completed catch, and
the
yardage
separate between the throw.
No, just the yardage. Okay. And then they get 6 points for a touchdown. Now there are some leagues that give you points for just catching the ball. So if that quarterback targets that for a receiver all the time, then he's going to get a lot of points. And some people like that. I personally don't like that. To me, that's cheesy points. I don't like that. It's like that.
Petty points?
It's just, you're not really earning them. That's just me. You fumble the ball.
And that's when
you lose the ball. You have it, you maintain control, and if someone comes and hits you and you lose the ball and someone from another team recovers it, you lose points. Okay. Your team overall, or your defense overall, loses points by how many points the other team scores that they're playing against.
So you can lose points if the other team that in that game that you're players in?
No.
No?
So you have your defense. Say you have Diego's team is the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
Say you have the Dallas Cowboys defense.
Right.
And you're playing me, but the Dallas Cowboys are playing the Kansas City Chiefs. And so, like it happens all the time when they play, Kansas City just goes in there and runs all over them. So, from 0 to 10, you normally get 10 points your defense.
Right.
But every time Kansas City scores, which happens a lot against Dallas, your points go down.
Like you're just putting in like little slider marks just to say how bad
So
it is.
when Kansas City scores 20 points against the Cowboys, which they do notoriously, then yeah, Dallas Cowboys defense would go down on points to the point where you would lose points. Now, when Kansas City finally scored that 50-point touchdown, you can even get negative points on it. It just depends on your league. So yes, you can get negative points. So you want to make sure that you have decent teams, and you're not always your player's not always going to be your player can get hurt.
Right.
Your defense could give up a lot of points like the Cowboys do. There's just things like that. So yeah.
If y'all don't know, my dad's the only person in the family who likes the Kansas City Chiefs. The only one. Everybody else is either a Dallas Cowboys fan or some other team.
Dallas Cowboy fan. Said Grandma size. She is a Washington Redskin fan.
I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that's basically how it works, Diego. And then you have to do the research, and people have to do the research. And this is where I fail because I'm not that diehard. I've been playing fantasy football a long time, and I'm not the diehard fan that's going to go over there and buy these magazines and look at all these rankings, and that's probably why I don't do good. I go up to the draft, I pick my players, and I go. And people accuse me of picking players for my team. Very rarely do I pick any teams. If I pick anybody from Kansas City, I pick the tight end, Travis Kelce.
What do tight ends do?
Tight end is someone that stays on the line, or he can be outside and he's part of the offensive line that can block or catch the ball.
So he's like he can do both?
Yes, he can do both. So, and anybody will tell you Travis Kelce is probably one of the best tight ends in the NFL right now. So I would pick him up. I would pick up Kansas City Chiefs running back. He was #1 NFL lead rusher last year. Kansas City defense always hitting this. I usually don't pick them up. So, and I always pick, if I don't pick anybody up from the Kansas City Chiefs, I always pick their kicker. Because the kicker, just kicks a field goal. I always wait till the last pick in the NFL draft to pick kicker. That's just me. But I always choose Kansas City.
So like, he's the best.
Oh, you want the best kicker. Normally you want the best kicker, and you want a kicker on a team that scores a lot.
Okay.
So you don't want nobody that's kicking for Dallas Cowboys. Because you're not going to score a lot of points. You want a team, somebody from somebody else. So, yeah. For instance, you probably want the Chiefs kicker. Saying, putting it out there. Now we're calling off seriousness. We're probably going to have a bad year this year. I hope we have a good one. We got a new quarterback. We released our Alex Smith guy. So we got Patrick Mahomes, Red Raider, Texas Tech. People say he's going to be one of the best, but it's a lot to prove. He's got a cannon from an arm. He's from Texas. So we'll see. So that's how you create a fantasy football team and how to create a successful fantasy football team is.
Tune in next.
Yeah. When I do create a successful fantasy football team, I'll let you know. It takes research. It takes time.
Yeah. It's
time that I don't have.
Right.
But like I could do it on the weekends, but I have other things to do on the weekends. So
right.
If I ever win our fantasy league, it's by luck. So. Yeah. Right. Real quick, we want to take this time to share our email. We do have an email.
We do have an email.
We told y'all that last week.
Yeah, I did figure it out. So it's just our email that we use. I will put it in the About section of our YouTube channel. So whenever if you forget or something, you can click on at sizingitup@gmail.com. It is wherever you can, whenever you want to suggest a topic or just ask or want to talk to us in particular. Oh, that is, spell it. It is SAIZINGITUP That is sizingitup@gmail.com. Yeah.
Yeah, shoot us your remarks, shoot us your question. Let us know what it takes to build a successful fantasy football team, and maybe we'll mention your name,
right,
like we do Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
Shout out Uncle Mike. And I did mention Dan.
Dan, yeah.
And my dad. And mom.
And mom.
Man, everybody's getting shout out. It's a shout out Thursday.
Right. Shout out Thursday.
Shout out Thursday.
Wouldn't it be shout out Saturday though? Or shout
But
out
it's
Sunday?
not Saturday.
I know. But the S.
But they don't know when we're recording it.
But
They
now
can
you
say it's
said.
shout out Saturday and release it on Friday.
Right?
Bum, bum, bum. What about
Yeah,
that? How did y'all release it on Friday and say it's shout out Saturday? Do you believe in time travel?
Right?
Well, do you?
I mean, I believe you can time travel forward, but don't think it's possible to time travel back.
So if I time travel forward,
Right.
I can't go back to where I just came from?
Probably not.
So I missed
it would be
everything.
a permanent thing. Because you can go so fast. And this is all physics. It's all
Well,
physics.
you saw what happened to Flash when he went in the future.
Yeah.
Oh no, he went in the past.
He went in the past
Messed
and
everything
killed
up
his
the
mom.
timeline. So the key is if you could travel to the past,
Don't do
mess
that.
with the timeline.
Butterfly effect, man. Will get you every time.
So you just watch.
Yeah, that's all you got. You can't. You should probably not even step on the ground because then you could kill a caterpillar that will end up leading. I don't know.
That would have planted the tree that Abraham Lincoln cut down.
Right, exactly, and he would
Now-
have never become the president, and we'd still be slaves.
Wait, we weren't slaves.
I don't know. We weren't slaves. But
That took an awkward turn.
anyway,
So
the next topic.
Hey.
We are. As like last time, we did a debate. What was a hot dog was a sandwich or not, and that was basically the whole thing. And from the people I talked to, you won the debate. More people thought
Shout
a
out
hot-
Thursday.
a hot dog should be a sandwich. So you won. So you get to choose first.
Okay, as my choice, our debate is superhero versus superhero.
Right.
So what I'm going to do, as the champion, I'm going to sit back
Okay.
and pass over to Diego so I can build. If anybody knows me, I'm going to build a defense. I might even pick Mighty Mouse. You never know. Who remembers Spectre Man? Does anybody remember Spectre
I know
Man?
Spectre Man.
Maybe I'll pick him.
Right.
I don't know. Who knows? My favorite's always been Aquaman.
Your favorite has
What about Marvin the Martian?
Is he a superhero?
Looney Tunes. Some people consider him a superhero.
Are we doing superhero versus superhero or character versus character?
You said superhero versus superhero.
Let's say superhero versus
But-
superhero. But would Marvin the Martian be a superhero?
Maybe he's a superhero to me.
Maybe.
I mean, my superheroes, my parents.
Right.
They
Would they win
supported
in a
me.
fight against Superman?
In my books, they would win a fight against everybody.
Right.
You seen how I got spanked? Not really. Anyway, so here we go. There you go.
So, my superhero I am picking is the Flash. Barry Allen, the fastest man alive. He was struck by lightning and in his lab with a bunch of chemicals, and it granted him the Speed Force that allowed him to have super speed and protection from the super speed. That's very important. People always forget that even if you just picked a power of super speed, that the friction would be so intense that you'd burn up and die. But the Flash has this, the Speed Force, which allows him that protection from it. But I think that Flash is the superior superhero out of all of them. He's not my favorite. He's my second favorite. But I think he could win in a fight against literally everyone because his power of speed is so amazing that he can literally do whatever he wants because he is so fast. He can get super strength because he is so fast. He can time travel. He is faster than instant teleportation. Did you hear that right? He is faster than instant teleportation, which is supposed to be instant, but he was able to outrun it. He has been able to outrun death itself. He was so fast. That is why I would think
I don't even know what that teleportation thing word you said was.
instant. You don't know the word
Oh,
instant?
you combined it together. I thought it was just
Instant
one word.
teleportation.
Oh, okay. I got someone's gonna whoop his butt left and right, all the way down the
Alright,
street.
go ahead. Who
So-
would you pick?
My superhero is Thor,
Thor.
the god of lightning.
Forgot about me. Right.
So, I mean, you could easily. I know you're gonna say, well, every time Thor comes and he tries to beat him with the hammer, he's gonna strike lightning and Flash is gonna get faster. But you know what? Something Flash isn't.
What?
It's not worthy.
Right.
And all Thor has to do is put the hammer on him.
But he wouldn't be able to catch up to him. Thor is not known for being fast.
He's not known for speed or fast, but he just pops in, pops out.
Where?
Well, he
No.
does.
No.
He does. He pops in through that tunnel thing that he does.
The Bifrost?
Yep. Just looks. Where's he gonna? He tells that one dude, "Show me where." Oh, he's gonna be here this time. All right, I got it. Come in and woof.
That's
We've
not how
seen
that works.
multiple times.
That's not how that's
Or
not how
someone
the
has come
Bifrost
up with-
works.
You don't know. You're not into Bifrost. What is it called? Bifrost?
Bifrost, yeah.
You don't know.
I
still
do.
can't. I picked Thor.
No. See, you could beat Thor any day.
I've also seen Flash get struck with such a powerful lightning that it throws him off.
Right.
So Thor could throw so many bolts at this kid and burn him up.
But he wouldn't be able to catch
He would
him.
be knocked out.
But he wouldn't be able to catch him. Like I said, Flash is so fast he outrun instant teleportation. Thor wouldn't be able to even comprehend where he is before Flash could push him into another realm.
Okay, maybe you won. I don't know much about the world. Let's say there's another one. Who's that other fast kid? The girl from that show we like Marvels.
Yo-Yo?
Yo-Yo. I would like to see her go against him.
I still think
Because she is fast. But
She's
they never
fast.
said how fast she was.
They have not.
We've looked it up and we've tried to do it. And I think there was some websites that said she was faster than the Flash. And there's some that said Flash was faster than her.
I don't think
So-
she was. She's fast,
She's
but don't get
fast.
me wrong. She is very fast. But we've seen multiple times that where they.
I mean, I can only go portray by how television and movies portray it. So
Right.
when television and movies portray Flash, you see the red streak, yellow streak,
Right.
whatever streak he's wearing that week.
Right.
Okay? When Yo-Yo goes, you see no streaks.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
You see her go, and all of a sudden she's back. She shows you a key. Shows you my pen that was missing.
No,
You know?
we've seen her leave a streak
No,
behind. Yes, we have.
never. Never has she.
Yes, we have.
So I changed my thing to
Yo-Yo.
now, but we're not going. I mean, okay, so you pick Flash.
Right.
I guess he's so powerful that all he's gonna do is run away from you. I mean,
No.
you're not gonna
The
stay and
Flash-
fight.
The Flash can run so fast. And he can build up enough energy from running around the world several times.
I want to get him in the ring, put some gloves on him, go blow for blow.
But then we're both canceling each other's superpower.
Good.
So then, but okay, Yo-Yo does have that bionic arm. I can see it. So
And you see Yo-Yo fight
we have seen him fight.
and use her speed. They don't show Flash fight very much, and when he does, he normally gets beat up.
It's true.
Like I said, I don't read the comics, so I can't base anything off of comics.
You're right.
I'm going merely on TV and on Justice League, which, by the way, nobody likes. But, you know, as I watch it more and more, it seems to get better and better every time I watch it, and I seem to like it.
I like the Justice League movie.
He didn't even like fighting in that movie either.
He
Like,
didn't, he was-
what did he do? They tell him, just run really fast and push people.
Yeah.
So, at least
That was
Yo-Yo
very.
fights.
That was very new Flash.
That wasn't new
Yeah,
Flash.
yes.
But even in Flash CW,
The TV
he
show.
doesn't.
He doesn't
really
know
fight.
that much. You're right. You're right.
He goes and they use him to use the speed to put the handcuffs on people and take them back, or he develops something because he's so smart, develops a way to get out of the situation, which is a good characteristic to have.
Right.
I mean, I'd rather figure out my way out of situations than fighting my way out.
He uses his abilities more than he
Yes.
uses
So-
blow for blow.
Sometimes
So
your abilities aren't going to work. Sometimes you have to go blow for blow,
So
and
we're-
Yo-Yo goes blow for blow.
You're right. So if we were to put Yo-Yo and the Flash in a dome where the powers are canceled out, I think Yo-Yo would win based on her superior fighting skills. I definitely think that's the truth. But if it were to have their powers, I still think Flash could win with his powers.
with powers, I still have to go with Yo-Yo. Just I think she's speed, even with their powers, they've never really put who's faster and who's slower. Like I said, they always either compare them the same or one's faster than the other. So they were going the same speed with her bionic arm, clothesline, WWE style.
But
there goes Flash.
in the show, she can't run fast anymore because her bionic arm is.
We're not going as a. I mean, it didn't say you're just a superhero. Now we took her powers away again.
Right.
We're not doing that. You just said that.
You're
Her
right.
powers taken away.
Right.
So they're going speed for speed, and we don't know who's faster because we've looked it up.
And she's such a small character in the comics too that there's not much interest in her.
Secretive. That's another thing she could do. No one knows nothing about her. She goes there, clothesline, boom. There goes Flash. Wah, wah, wah. And then it comes Thor, hammered down, bam, dude's not worthy, can't get a chalk number 2, daddy-o.
I think we're gonna have to let the comments below and the people we talk to decide.
Okay, but then someone ain't gonna know Yo-Yo.
You're right. So then, popularity factor, I've already won.
Well, I guess if they're going by popularity, then I'll pick Superman.
Right? I mean,
Christopher Reeve's Superman.
what's that one? Superman Returns. What's his name?
I forget what his
He's the Atom in the CW shows.
Yeah, I forget his name though.
Brandon Ruth, I think that's his
I
name.
like that movie though.
I know, I like Superman Returns. I love that movie.
Nobody gave it a shot. I mean, when it came out in the theaters, I was in Germany and the lines were around the building.
Man, that's my childhood Superman right there. Like, I love the Christopher Reeves, but I mean, I love those too. But Superman Returns will always be my Superman. As a kid, that's the one I grew up with.
So,
and it's a continuation of the Christopher Reeves one.
yeah. So, give us a shout out. Let us know who you think your superhero is that can beat the Flash. I mean, or Thor, or I picked Thor. I stick with my first one, even though I think Yo-Yo would give him a good run. I didn't think about it fast enough. I was put on the spot. Diego might have won that one.
We talked about this yesterday.
I know, but I'm an old guy and I had a hard day at work today.
I'm going to try to put a poll in the video, and they can vote there. It'll be on the little eye icon. You click that and vote. It'll be right there.
I'm not trying to bribe anybody, but if you vote for me, I'll send you my notes.
I'll send you the script.
If y'all can read it.
You can read it.
Yeah.
I don't have the best handwriting, I gotta admit.
They spell closing, C-O-S-I-N-G.
No, it's not. It's C-L-O-S-I-N-G. There's an L right there. It's just stuck to the O.
This is the same guy we're taking to the University of North Texas. Man, my money better be spent. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, go on there. I mean, I know I don't know much about superheroes. I gave my my 2 ones I think would win if we're going on speed. I should have had an insight. But now we're gonna go ahead and get into Diego's topic, the one and I'm gonna just let him go.
Yeah. Okay. This is something that I've been really excited for. So, as probably most of you have heard, Disney has offered to acquire Fox. Mostly the deal, 21st Century Fox, their movies and TV is what they've acquired. All we're waiting for now is the government approval, because you need that before such 2 big companies can merge. Is that they need the government approval. They say if this is okay or not, whether it's a monopoly or antitrust laws or something like that. But anyway, yeah. So it's a pretty big deal for a lot of these nerdy things that I like to think about. Of course, Fox. If you don't know, Fox owns the TV and movie rights to characters such as the X-Men and Fantastic Four, which are really big properties to have that Marvel Studios doesn't own. And you can see that they haven't been, like Avengers and X-Men in the same movie, and then Fantastic Four, which is such a big property to Marvel because it's their first family. It's the first ever group that they created. And it's very special to them. And to have it be ruined by a bunch of movies, except like the early 2000 ones, I like those. But it's sad that they can't be in the Marvel movies as of now. But with this merger, they can. And it's going to be an interesting time, to say the least. And our topic though is how will the Fox merger with Disney affect Hollywood as itself, and how will it affect Disney as a brand?
Well, I think it's going to be a big cause and effect thing.
Right.
I mean, this merger, Disney paid $52.4 billion
Also,
cash.
Right.
Cash.
Also, they're paying for all the debt that Fox has,
Yeah.
which is going to total up to somewhere around $80 billion.
Billions. Cash money.
Yeah.
Who has that? I don't even have $20 cash in my wallet.
Right.
They paid $52.4 billion in cash. Now, some people don't know when they got 21st Century Fox, they got, like Diego said, all the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, the distributing rights to Star Wars Episode 4: New Hope, and Disney's I got all that.
They got Alien,
They got-
Predator,
Yes.
Family Guy, The Simpsons. Those are all going to be Disney properties now.
They got Hulu,
Hulu, a big
Use
stake in
Hulu.
Hulu. They're going to own half of Hulu.
the National Geographic's
Yeah.
stakes in the National Geographic partners. Those are the museums you go to in Washington. They just bought that. Partners in satellite TV in different countries. They got some of the Sky Network.
Yeah.
The only thing
that's
Fox
what they-
didn't give them was their news.
with their
and
news
their
and sports.
That's the only way they were making money anyway.
Right.
So you can imagine.
How much this will affect Hollywood as an industry. Now that there's basically only 3 or 4 companies that rule the whole thing. You got
3 major movie studios.
Disney, Universal,
And
and
MGM.
yeah,
They said that's it. 3 major. And then you got all the independent, which a lot of the independent filmmakers now or independent studios are upset because now you got these 3 major powerhouses. They're just going to run over all these little guys and not be able to they're not going to be able to sustain themselves against these guys. So
right.
I think it's going to be a big impact. It's going to be both good and bad. There's a lot of negativity
There is.
from
There's been a
in the
lot.
movie industry, from writers, producers, directors that's saying this shouldn't have happened. It doesn't give us no diversity around anything else because you just bought everything.
Right.
Um,
There's definitely some impacts that this has that
Yeah.
a lot of people don't like. A lot of people are calling it a monopoly without really knowing what monopoly means. But I mean, I guess there is valid arguments. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of negativity and there's also a lot of positivity with this.
But I gotta stick to the negativity though.
I'll stick to the positivity.
No, I will come to the positivity. There is going to be positivity, but I guess I'm going to be more negative. Not that I'm against the merger. I think Disney is going to do great things, make better movies. They have the money. But did you know that Disney demands 65% cut of all domestic ticket sales when you go to a movie? So that means the theater, with the exception of Cinemark and AMC and another big theater. So if you have a local theater in your town, say Escape. I don't know who owns Escape that you work with. So if they're not owned by somebody big like Cinemark or AMC, then Disney charges them 65%. Not only that, they have to sign a contract that they have to show this movie in their theater for so many days at these times, and they cannot deviate it or they'll pay a penalty.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It is.
65% of sales
It's a lot.
revenue. That's over half of your
More
money
than half, yeah.
going to Disney
Yeah.
just to show Black Panther. And people that normally go to movies don't know that. They
Right.
know they go pay their overpriced movie ticket already as
With
it
their
is.
overpriced concessions.
With their overpriced concession, and that money's 65% of that ticket. So
Only the ticket sales, not
ticket sales, I know. So that's why now we know why your concessions is so high.
because they have. That's the only place they're going to get money.
You pay. I'm not quick on that, but an average ticket is $8.50.
Right.
You
That's
know,
how much we sell.
and so far, say out of that $8.50, that theater may only get $2
Yeah.
for that movie.
It's definitely.
That's ridiculous.
It is.
That's one thing I don't agree about with Disney. That they charge so much, and all these little theaters now they own this, so all these other movies that are going to come out, they're not going to monopolize them because you still got MGM and you still got Paramount or whatever.
And they're keeping all the Fox studios as their own. They're still keeping FX. That's not going to be changed.
They still own it.
They stay. Oh, it's a Walt Disney.
Saying that they're still keeping FX They're still no. That doesn't
It's
mean
a Disney
nothing.
company.
They are still owned by Disney.
Right.
You know?
But the biggest thing, the positivity, is that I've heard, is that Fox was dying. It was not being able to keep up with modern industry and how everything is going to streaming services and digital age. Fox just wasn't keeping up. And if someone didn't buy them, and this is the honest truth, if someone didn't buy them, they were going to die. All the jobs that Fox was producing, they were all going to be lost.
So
because
that's
Fox was going to die.
understood.
And when Disney bought them, yes, about 2,000 jobs, which is a lot of jobs. Don't get me wrong, a lot of jobs, but 2,000 jobs were lost, but the rest were still able to keep jobs. It's a big thing. That you could have lost so many more jobs if someone didn't buy them.
And you're right. They could have. It did help from having those people lose their jobs. Got it. But who was going to buy them? Comcast.
Comcast was the second biggest person.
I'm not saying they should have went to Comcast. I'm not either for or one or the other. However, but to face these penalties that Disney imposes on, and that's just the theaters. We're not even talking about cable revenue yet.
Yeah.
If they failed to run this movie for a 4-week span like they're supposed to consistently at this time, not only getting 65% of the ticket prices, the theaters have to pay 5% penalty off of what they originally paid. So if this deal would have happened in December like it was supposed to,
right,
and all these companies that pulled out of the movies, Disney would have made another $4.5 billion that on penalties alone and ticket sales. That's a lot of money. Now, these small town theaters that have, where's a small town? I think Canyon has a small town theater.
Yeah.
A city of, I don't know how many people in there, 40, 30,000 people that live there. They have one little old style theater.
In Hollywood 16?
Well, that's the I'm talking about Canyon, the city itself.
Does it have its own theater?
Yes, it does have a little theater on Main Street. But could you imagine a little theater that has 1 or 2 screens in it?
Yeah.
Back old style. That and say there's no other town around it. And once all 1,500 people that go to the movies watch that movie, what are they supposed to do now? Well, I'm sorry, I can't show you this other movie. I have to show this one for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Imagine how much money the theater is losing because no one's going to go to the movie. Yeah. You work at a theater.
I do.
You see that once these movies come out, the first couple, 3, 4, maybe a week, they're good. And after that,
they're declining. That's just how.
And we live in Houston.
Yeah. Movies, unless you're Black Panther, movies die quickly. It's usually that first week or two that you get a lot of things, and then it's just a slow decline. But that's definitely an argument to make. But that's just against Disney itself. Honestly, this is not against the Fox merger.
It's not, but by them buying the Fox merger, everything, it just brings up all that extra money they're just raking in. Now they're going to do this. So now that we could go watch a Marvel movie, how to say it? I just think prices might go higher now because Disney owns these movies. Maybe it was equaled out. I don't know how it works in the economy world. Maybe it was equaled out with Fox and all them owning movies, or theaters weren't paying such a price to have that movie shown in their theater. But now that Disney owns all the popular movies that come out, you're talking X-Men, all the superhero movies, the Pixar, they own Pixar?
Disney does own
Pixar movies. Coco, Brazil, where Coco was supposed to be from in Brazil, they charged 52% to people in Brazil to watch that movie. They took from the theaters.
Coco?
Yes.
That's Mexico.
Either way, Latin. But their traditional was 50%. But as soon as this Latin movie came out, released in the Latin country, now I want 52%.
Yeah.
Imagine what they're going to do now that they own all these X-Men movies, and they're going to start remaking them now, probably.
Oh yeah, this is all of these movies are getting definite reboots, except for Deadpool. That's about it. They're going to keep.
And then, so let's talk about, out of the money situation, forget the money thing, because we're never going to get, we can't afford it, so all we can do, will we still go to the movies regardless of what a ticket costs? Probably.
Yeah. Now
let's talk about the movies Disney makes.
Right.
And you brought up Deadpool, which I'm glad you brought up Deadpool.
They have made very, very clear, Bob Iger, the owner, the CEO of Disney, has stated multiple times that Deadpool is such an amazing franchise that they've been able to make. It's made a lot of money.
It has.
As like one of the first R-rated superhero movies that was very popular. They said that they're not going to change it. It's always going to have its R rating because that's what makes Deadpool. Deadpool. You can't have PG-13 Deadpool.
How many times have we heard movies say, we're not changing this, we're not going to fire this guy, this person's always going to be there, this is going to be like this forever, and it changes the right next movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Disney is not known for making R-rated movies.
Right.
For using curse words. I'm just saying they're not known for them. I'm not saying they don't. I don't know if they do.
They do.
I'm just saying they're not known for that.
But they do, but they put it under a different studio's name. They own a bunch of like smaller studios that they will put out R-rated movies.
So
and they're probably going to keep the Fox name, and that's what they're going to put on R-rated movies.
So and it all comes back to money.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not going to be associated with the negativity of that R-rated movie, because a lot of people that probably didn't even know that Disney bought Fox. It's such a big deal to us because we're in the movies, we go to movies, we watch this. It's what you want to do as far as a degree plan, be involved in movies. We know this, but to the average Joe, to my parents that are listening, to someone else that just probably doesn't even know that Disney bought Fox, and if they do, they don't know all the aspects. They just go, "Oh, Disney bought Fox."
Right.
They probably don't even know what all that entailed. You know, they think, "Oh, now Fox News is owned by Disney." No, it's not. You know, oh, Fox Sports, here comes the football deal. It's not. You know, so I think to get back on topic, is it going to be good? Yes, because Disney has that much more money to put into these movies.
And they're these movies that, like Fantastic Four, there hasn't really been a good one, except those 2001.
I like the old Fantastic Four.
I love the old 2000 the old Fantastic Four. So those are like some of my favorite movies. But you gotta be honest, not the best.
So yeah, that's our spill on Disney versus Fox.
Yeah.
So. Tell us what you think. Shoot out. Tell us if you think that if you think it's good for the movies. Overall, I think it's going to be good. There's going to be some negativity always. And don't think that I'm just a negative person. We do it on purpose.
Yeah.
To have a negative and a positive look. Of course. So that you are well on it and know the facts.
Right. Of
what these big business corporations are doing. So if your last name is Disney, you know, holla at your boy because you're rich.
Sponsored by Disney, please.
Yeah.
But can we be bought by Disney for $20 billion?
You know, back in the day, there was this wrestler that I knew. He used to say, he was known by $1 Million Man. He used to walk around and say, everybody has a price. And he'd throw some money. He used to make it rain before making it rain was cool. That's what he used to do. Yeah. So if Disney wants to come over here and see Red Studios, I will give them the grand tour. I mean, we got the front office. We got a break room. We got some rest rooms in here, so you can go and rest. Not rest rooms, but rest rooms. You can take a break. We got a car detail service outside. We got everything here at Red Studios.
Yeah,
They make you a coffee, cappuccino, mochaccino.
Chino?
Well, I used to know a guy we called Chino back in the day, but I ain't heard from that fool in a while, so I don't know what's up. But Chino, if you're out there, nothing but love. But yeah, so I guess don't take it as homework, but yeah, shoot us some of your facts that you think it is to create a good fantasy football team.
Yeah.
Let us know, because obviously my style has been working for a long time. Keeps me out of last place.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't want all that attention that comes with first place. I don't want the paparazzi. You know, I don't want all that stuff. So I just kind of stick in the middle of the pack, you know?
We were talking on our walk yesterday, and like, when we get popular, and the paparazzi be going after us? And I'm like, no, we are the paparazzi. We're the journalists.
Yeah, our goal is to get media tickets and go to Comic-Con and report and have a booth from Comic-Con.
Yeah,
go to the Super Bowl, have a booth from the Super Bowl.
Go into red carpet premieres.
Yeah, that is our goal. Meet people, not just because We want to be
The very best. But no one
But-
was.
we want to showcase the talents that are out there. Maybe focus on the lighter stars of the movies
Yeah.
that always don't get the credit that are crucial to the movies.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Like Ned in Spider-Man Homecoming. It was cool.
He doesn't get no credit.
No credit. He's just the guy in the chair.
Spectre Man. You can't even find a video on Spectre Man. I did a search on Netflix. If anybody knows who Spectre Man is, and don't go Google them, shout out to our email.
Yeah.
Comment after the podcast if you remember who Spectre Man is.
And don't be
Describe
lying. Don't be lying, because I know some of y'all just to give a
Google
shout out.
it. Yeah,
Yep.
don't describe what he looks like and describe from beginning to end if you get from before he becomes Spectre Man.
Austin's
Then,
probably going to be Googling all this.
don't Google.
Yeah.
Duh. Depends if you know how to spell Spectre Man. So I used to watch it as a kid. I used to run home to my grandma's house and put it on. I used to show on PBS, as a matter of fact.
I don't know.
I used to watch it.
I
I watched
used-
Diego video.
I just remember the Batman Scooby-Doo crossover from the olden times.
Olden times, like when you were little.
No, it was before I was
What year did Batman Scooby-Doo crossover?
80s.
80s?
90s. When did the original Scooby-Doo show start?
I don't even know. I used to watch Mighty Mouse is on the way. I used to like Mighty Mouse too. So we hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone that listened to us again, the over 40 views.
Over 40, yeah.
The subscribers. We know some of our podcasts might not be as exciting as the first one, or
I mean,
there's going to be some slow ones, some exciting ones. I thought this was a very exciting
I thought this one was pretty
It was
cool.
pretty good, the discussions we had.
Yeah.
And maybe we taught somebody how to build a good fantasy team.
Maybe. Or maybe we can inform people on what the Disney Fox merger is.
Or maybe we had them go really think about, can my superhero run in the fight? Because you ask people, superhero, Superman, Batman.
Right.
Like, Batman, what's your superhero power?
He's rich.
He's rich,
And that's it.
you know?
But
Who-
then
Who's
sometimes-
richer, Bruce Wayne's or
Tony Stark?
Tony Stark.
I believe, I've looked this up, and I think it's Tony Stark is richer.
We might have to discuss that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
That'd be a good one. Who is richer?
Who is richer? And this is going to lead to the end, and we hope you enjoyed it.
Of course.
Let us know.
Comment down below what you think we should do next time, and
Shoot us an email. Diego's going to post it. Let us know if you have some suggested topics you want us to talk about.
Yep.
Let us know. We will give y'all updates on our trip to the University of North Texas,
See how
Mean
it goes.
Green. Next time we will have an update on a challenge that we are doing.
yeah.
Like Diego mentioned, you might have heard that little Easter egg that he put out there that we were doing while we were planning something on our walk. That was an Easter egg, if you can kind of think of it. But we are training for something. We'll get into that. I think we mentioned it the last time too.
Yeah.
So that's be a good discussion point. And yeah, so with that being said, take this opportunity to
Tell
to-
people you love that you love them.
that you love them and give them a hug. And you've been,
Sized up. Wait, no, that's not right. You said it wrong.
I know.
And that was a father and son sizing it up. See you next time.